Hi everyone. I'm going to wait a minute to see if anyone comes on, but I am proud to say I have my very first baby carrier completed. I am so happy about it. I actually have a little baby in here. I'm just going to wait a minute. Hoping not everybody is in bed still. I have my computer sitting on top of my desk, and I have little April inside baby carrier. She looks really cozy in there. This I made with a very heavy duty yarn, and it's pretty heavy, so it'll be a little costly for shipping, but I just thought that maybe this would really be a great item for the ladies to take to the Rose Baby Show, the doll show. Instead of having to use a stroller, you can carry your baby. Good morning, Melissa. Thanks for coming. Thank you. I am very proud of this. It was a lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of heavy duty yarn. So it crosses over in the back. See? And there's the back of her head. And there she is. She's sleeping away. She's all snug as a bug. I'm going to back up so you can see if I can get you down to look at the waistband. Move this over because I have a ramp here for my dogs and I don't want to trip over it. I don't know if you can see it from there. There's her little foot sticking out. Here's the waistband. Okay. I tripped over it anyway. um, I made it so it can be adjustable. It has two buttonholes on the straps and then two buttonholes in the back so it can be adjusted to your size. And if that's not, certainly in a place that you can use them, you can actually take the buttons off and move them yourself or put more on because you can see them in the back, but you can't see them in the front. They're covered by this. So, where is everybody today, Melissa? I know that Emily was on. I was on her live for a little bit, so she may still be on. I think she had like 8 people on there. How are you doing today? Hmm. I maybe should have waited to do this, but I was so excited. I just couldn't wait. I wanted everybody to see that I finally got it finished. Um, if anybody does want to order these, I'm going to take the orders first come, first serve. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Because I have to make other things in between too for my crochet corner. So, but this is a start. My first one, I had to make one and it's sold already. So it is sold. So it's great. It's very nice. And being it's going out of the States, it's going to be pretty expensive. So, right, I agreed to take a payment plan for this one. So if you're from out of the States, I will take payment plans for this because it is a little pricey. It's $50 for the carrier because it's a very heavyweight yarn. It's expensive. And the shipping is mega expensive if you ship out of state. So if anyone orders out of state, they are responsible for the total shipping, customs, whatever. I can't do that myself. So that's why I decided I would take a payment plan if you want them. I think that Jen's really going to want one of these if she does go to the Rose Doll Show. And so I'm thinking about getting her one made. And this one is perfect for a 5 to 6 pound baby. Um, if you go over that, it might be pushing it a little bit because yarn does stretch. So even with your baby in your carrier, it's pretty sturdy, but you still might want to kind of just put your arms underneath the baby's butt anyway. But it's pretty sturdy, and with the straps being able to be crossed gives it a little more strength too. I can't go any heavier with the yarn; it would be just impossible. So And this is Lion brand yarn. It's 100% acrylic, so this won't shrink. So I'm hoping that this is like one that'll fit 2 sizes, maybe even 3, depending if you want to play around with the buttons a little bit on it. So I love it. I just totally love it. I think that I'm going to make myself one. I should have kept the first one for me, but it's like I said, it's sold already. So eventually down the road, I'll make myself one. I don't know if I'll be doing the Rose Doll show. More than likely not, because it's a long ways, and I don't know how my body would handle going on a long trip like that anymore. Oop, there go my kids down the ramp. Well, I'm glad you joined me, Melissa. I wish there were more. It must be everybody's either in bed or they're watching Emily, which is it's all okay, fine with me. But this is really great. Um, Hi, Queen Bee. Good morning. I came on to show everybody my brand new baby carrier that I made adult size. It was mentioned about making these for the Rose Doll show. I thought, thinking maybe that the women would like to have a carrier to carry their babies in instead of using strollers. Thank you. And I got little April in there sleeping away. It crosses in the back, and that gives it more strength. And the waistband is super thick. It's this part here is thick, but not as thick. I used a bigger hook for the waistband, so it would be really, nice and tight. So, but April's loving it. She's been sleeping ever since I put it on. She's a sweetheart. I love this baby. We're starting to bond finally. So, thank you, Queen Bee. I really appreciate that. I was hoping more would come on and see this. This is sold, by the way, already, the very first one, so I don't get to keep it. I wished I would have decided to keep it, but I can always make more. And I was really kind of nervous about it when it was mentioned to try to make one, because I make them for children, for their baby dolls, and never contemplated making a adult size one for the baby, for the reborns. So it's pretty special. Wow, nap time already? Holy cow. Yeah, I could use a nap. I've been up since I got up around 4 because I was so anxious to finish this, and I needed the yarn for the edging. I didn't have enough to finish, so I hurried up and ran over to Walmart and grabbed a skein of the yarn. I was so glad I got the last skein that they had in these. This is a variegated color, and the little panty thing inside that holds the baby is also in the variegated. And then I used the peach for the straps and variegated for the edging, and almost kind of like a beige earth tone color. I didn't want to use anything really bright because you don't want to take away from whatever your baby's wearing. So, getting messages, but nobody's on. But that's quite all right. I'm glad you're here. I know you guys care. So, and I'm sure plenty of people will watch this video, but I really didn't want to get on and do it this morning because this afternoon I'm taking Sophie and we're going to the park. I tried to yesterday. I was so brain dead. I took my scooter out and the thing was just putting along so slow. It took me forever to get to the park, and I'm thinking, what is going on? My batteries must be dead in this thing. So when I finally got back home, I totally deleted the video because it was so long. And when I got back home, I told my husband, I said, you better charge the batteries. And he says, you know what you forgot to do? And I said, what? He said, you didn't turn the speed up on it. And I said, well, it was up. He says, no, I turned it down the other day, because he had it out and was checking it out to make sure everything was okay. I'm like, oh my gosh. So here I could have turned it up, been up there and back like in 3 minutes. So that was crazy. So I deleted the video, and we're gonna try it again today. There was only a couple kids up there yesterday morning, so I thought maybe if we wait till afternoon, there might be more. And I found out some new things up at that park too, which is really cool. Uh, they would never dream of doing something like this when we were kids, so I'm kind of excited to show you. And so I'm not going to keep you on here too long. Any questions on these? Also, Queen Bee, I'm taking payments on these. I don't think you were here when I mentioned it to Melissa. Um, this one is sold, like I said. If anybody wants to order, you can. They're $50 because the yarn is expensive. It's very heavy yarn. And the shipping is going to be a little pricey too because it's heavy. So when you use like 3.5 to 4 skeins of a very heavyweight yarn, of course the product's going to be heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on, but it weighs. So I'm thinking about going up to the post office tomorrow, putting this one in a box just to find out how much it would be to ship. And so we'll see about that. But I will take payments on them. Any out of state, and for any customs fees or anything else, the customer is responsible for that. I will not pay any fees, any shipping anymore. I did it a couple times. I can't afford to do it. So, a bumblebee lovey. A bumblebee lovey. Okay, I'll have to see if I can find one. I'll let you know. I'll look for a pattern for one. Do you have a handmade baby carrier, Queen Bee, or did you buy one from the store? But this is my very first. I'm very proud of it. It turned out very, very, very well. Much better than I expected. And it's made really well. I made it so it would be tough. From Walmart. Okay. Yeah. I just thought this would be something really cute, and I'm sure it'll conjure up a lot of talk. So, nowadays people don't have handmade stuff like this, I can tell you. I've never in my life seen one. I've seen them for kids, but not for adults. So it was mentioned to me, so I decided to go ahead and sit down and try and make one. And here it is. I'm very proud of it. My husband said I did a great job on it. And if he says I did great, it's great. So I'm very happy with it. And I'm sure that my buyer will be happy with it. And we'll take it from there. So, but there's little April sleeping in there. Doesn't she look cute? She's just so comfy, just cozy, comfy. And you can see there's a buttonhole right here. Okay, there's one down below. So if the straps are too low for you, you can actually, the button is on this part of the carrier, so you can actually move it down and tighten it up. So that'll bring it up a little more. There's also 2 buttons on the waistband. So if it's too loose, you can tighten it up, or if it's too tight, you can loosen it up, or put more buttons on there to make it fit the way you please for it to. So, thank you so much, Queen Bee. She is adorable. I love her. I'm just really starting to bond with her. It was taking a little while. I love her blonde hair, but yeah, she's a little sweetie. She's quiet. She's real quiet. Good morning, Teresa. Look what I have here. Here's little April in the brand new baby carrier that I made. I got it finished this morning. So, yeah, it's morning here too. It is. It's just like 10:30 going on 11. But I just came on because I wanted to show this baby doll or baby carrier. I finished it this morning. I had to run and get another skein of yarn. I ran out. All I needed was enough to trim the straps. Can you believe that? So I'll turn around and show you the back. Okay, it's crossed over. That gives it strength. And I'm going to move back so you can see the waistband is here. And you can see her little foot sticking out. And in the back, there's 2 buttons, so you can make it tight or loose, however you want it to fit. And there's also, you can adjust the straps. There's 2 buttons, or 2 button holes, I should say. And it's adjustable for whoever's going to use it. And this one's already sold, Teresa. Can you believe that? Already sold. And this is sold to the person that actually requested that I try to make one of these. So, And I believe she lives out of state, so she's making payments to me. We agreed that that would be fine because we all know I cannot afford the shipping charges. So, and this one's going to be a big one because it's heavy. I made it with that Lion brand 6-ply yarn. It's very thick, so it's heavy. So it's going to be pricey to ship. Thank you. Yeah, she is snug as a bug, isn't she? Doesn't she look so sweet in there? I couldn't believe it when I put her. I was like, oh, I wish this was mine. The baby's mine, but I wish the carrier was mine. I'm going to make myself one. And don't tell Jen, but if she's really serious about going to the Rose Doll Show, I'm seriously thinking about making her one because I think she would love to have one. I'm so proud of this thing. It just turned out so well. And I think that she would love it. And, if anybody wants to order this, it is $50 plus shipping. Okay, that does not include shipping. I'm going to go to the post office tomorrow with this in a box, and I'm going to ask them to tell me how much it would be to ship. Um, I don't know if they'll be able to give me a price for out of state, but they will for in state anyway, be able to tell me. So like I said, agreed to take payments for it because it is a pricey item, and I'm sure it's going to be pricey to ship too, no matter where it goes, really. But this was such a great idea on her part, and I'm sure you'll find out later who it is that bought it. I don't want to mention it because I don't know if she wants anyone to know right now. So, but it was her idea, and I said, okay, great, I'll try. I made the child size ones. I believe I showed you on Crochet Corner, and she's like, why don't you try an adult size? And I was looking for. I had the pattern for the child size, which I like. I love that, the way it was made. But I was looking at patterns and they had the slings and they're just more or less like a blanket. And I thought, well, there's nothing special about that. So I decided to go ahead and do this one. And it really came out gorgeous. I love it. I'm pleased with it. And like I was telling Queen Bee and Melissa, I wouldn't suggest putting over 6 pounds, a 6 pound baby in it. If you do, you're still going to have to hold up the baby because it's going to stretch. So, but I mean, you can just put your arms under the baby's butt, and it's going to be comfortable, and you're not going to be pushing a stroller or whatever. So, I'm very happy with it. I'm so proud of myself. Isn't that horrible? I think this is one of the cutest things I've ever made. So, I like my blanket sets, but I actually gave up making a blanket set to make this. So now I got to get busy again, and I also promised a tutorial. So yeah, you don't like the slings. I'm glad I decided not to do those. And it's just like, would be like making a blanket, and I really don't want to crochet a whole blanket to wrap around someone. So I thought that this would be really good. So, and my customer is not on here. I wish she was because I did tell her I was going to do a video so that she could take a look at her new baby carrier. But I'm sure she'll watch later. But I am just so happy. And April is so happy in there. She just looks gorgeous in there. And I stuck with the more or less like earth tone colors. I didn't want to use anything really bright. And I didn't want to use like really dark, like the gray ones that I did for the kids. I just did the gray for them because, kids get things dirty so fast. But these here for the adults, I think the lighter colors, more earth tone colors are really nice. And it won't take away from their outfits or whatever they're wearing either. So I thought they were real nice colors. And I did show it to Jen yesterday, and she fell in love with the colors. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Um, the little panty that's inside that holds the baby in is actually this color. It's the variegated. It's really cute. Jen fell in love with it. So I was glad I chose it because when you get the thicker yarns, a lot of times they don't give you too much to choose from. So yes, and I'm holding her here, and this thing is not really stretching, so I think I did a really good job on it. So I'm sure it will in time. It's going to stretch a little bit no matter what, because it's yarn. So 100% washable, dryable. You can, I mean, it's easy care for this thing. And I always stick with, you guys know that I just stick with the yarn that doesn't, the acrylic, so that it doesn't shrink. So, but I'm happy with it. I was going to have my husband video me in it, and I can't seem to wake him up today. So by the time he gets up, he's going to be off to work. And Teresa, by the way, I'm taking Sophie up to the park today. My second attempt to do a video, trying to get some reaction videos from the kids up there. I tried yesterday, and my scooter just didn't seem to want to go too fast. And here, you know, I hadn't used it yet, so I guess I forgot how to use it. But when I got home, my husband said I forgot to turn up the speed on it. So I was putting up to the park. It was crazy. So when I got home, the video was so long, I just deleted it. And I figured I'm going to try again today. And I'm going to wait till this afternoon, and maybe more kids will be out. There was only a couple kids up there yesterday. So we'll see what happens. So, well, my hubby's up, so I suppose I should probably end this video. He doesn't know I'm online. So hopefully I'll get another one done today and put it up. We'll have Sophie up at the park. Maybe I can get someone to take her down the slide. All right. So thank you all for being here. Have a good morning and good afternoon. And I will be talking at you later, guys. Mwah. Thanks for coming. And don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, okay? Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye. Love yous.